Explain this broadcast is known to cause increased amounts of FOMO. Wells only and his guests are not responsible for any losses you may accrue for having weekends. Where the haters at? Yeah, bitches still ain't showed up. And now, right, we got Hex, flawless uptime. People thought this was a joke. Now they're mad at the chart. It's lullaby music, really, right? It's hard to believe that something like this exists. I get it, but you just gotta come to terms with reality. It just exists. Nothing we can do about it. Buy a steak and chill, baby. Shout out to Marketable Thoughts. You can't get this kind of shit for free anywhere else. It's very important to understand that. And we're handing it out. People thought this was a joke. Now they're mad at the chart. So much luck, once again, because the facts don't give a fuck. Peace.
Yo, what's good, family? I hope everybody's having a outstanding Sunday. Little reminder that tomorrow is Veterans Day, so it's if you got like a regular office job, you off. You off. If you don't, you slumming it to work tomorrow. Shout out to you. Somebody got to do it. So, the election has come and gone, and everybody was watching. And everybody was watching so hard that they literally could not do anything. I mean, it's crazy, but that's what I think happened. That's kind of the way I see it. Oh, I didn't update my shit yet. Damn. So where's my phone? So yeah, so that's how I think that's going down. No, we're not doing that. So yeah, that's what's going on, guys. It looks like we're on the other side of whatever we thought could have been impending doom, and I guess because everybody is so aware now, they just refused to do anything because it would have been a suicide mission, clearly, right? I mean, not rocket science. Uh, Friday was the 8th. Okay, so yeah, I already read my reports. So, all right, guys. I'm going to have an announcement to make later on. It's going to be related to making money. And it's an opportunity that I want to share with you guys first because pretty much everybody that watches my streams, you guys are hardcore, man. And don't get me wrong, it's not going to be free because you have to be invested in learning something. But it's something that works and it's going to be worth the money. Because I'm eventually gonna expand it to almost all the tickers that I could get my hands on and impose this IP on. So, you know, get in where you fit in. You've seen it already on the screen before. That's what it's about. So I'm essentially gonna sell that trade secret, but not really the trade secret, but just the levels, how they work, and how you use them to make money. And it's guaranteed money, really, as long as you follow the rules and don't play yourself. Like, just wait for price to hit the levels, and if they don't, oh well. But if they do, hot dog, because then odds are you're gonna get paid. but you got to wait for the setup and all of that. And of course, all of that will be shared if you're not familiar with what the setups look like and stuff like that. It's going to be made easy because the idea is for people to make money. So this could change your life, and you don't need a lot of money to start. But we'll talk about it a little bit later. And it's 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 too good to be true. So definitely stick around. Um, it works. Not a lot of things that people develop for the market actually work. This here works, and it's a money back guarantee. That's basically how that's going down. Because the way I'm going to do it is going to be a free trial. That way, everybody sees that it works. Because you guys are going to be the first, essentially, test subjects, really. So you guys are going to see how it works. You're going to learn. You're going to sign some agreements because this is my personal trade secret. I don't want nobody talking about this with nobody else. This is money making. That's why you're paying $500 to start every single month because it's worth way more than that. Anyway, we'll talk about it later. Excuse me. But yeah, Trump won. Apparently, they tried to already. They're already trying all kinds of ridiculous hoaxes. I don't even know. Um, at this point, the jig is up. Nobody cares, and all we can do is laugh. But we're not entirely out of the woods yet, and with time, you guys will see what I mean. Because this is just step one in a long. Oh, what the hell? This is just step one in a long process of changes that are going to come. So you have to be aware of what they could look like, right? Because you know, um, I don't know, man. It's just you always gotta stay on your p's and q's, and I think now is the time to be very on the level, paying attention to what's going on, because there is no reason to rest on your laurels, right? These people are devious, they're insane. Um, and they honestly do not give a fuck. So keeping that in mind, I think the only reason that they didn't do what they wanted with the election is because literally the entire world was watching. I mean, I've never seen so many international commentary on a freaking US election in my life. I mean, it was crazy. Seriously crazy. So, I don't know, man. I don't know, but people were watching. Everybody was watching, and yeah, everybody's aware, I guess, of what's going on because for everybody to be watching, it kind of says a lot, right? I mean, shit's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy. Uh, hmm, nah, we're gonna hold off. But yeah, it was quite something. It was quite something to see the entire world just overtly focused on the US election. And that just goes to show how what I say is true in regards to the US being the barometer for what happens everywhere else. What happens everywhere else, it's really a function of what the US kind of allows others to do is doing themselves, stuff like that, right? Follow the leader type of thing, monkey see, monkey do. Maybe I can do what I want and you can't say nothing about it. I don't know. It depends the country, right? But the point is, um, hold on, where is this thing? Yeah, no, I gotta call these back. Yep. Yeah, so the idea is now that, I mean, if you look at markets, stocks, love it, period. Rates are down or up, excuse me. They don't give a rat's ass. I think that the Fed cut rates, I know, I think it bottomed out, but I don't think it's gonna keep going. Nah, it didn't really do anything. It's kind of doing a divergence right now. But I honestly think it's just setting up for a move to maybe retracement to the moving average, maybe. And then it just rolls back over. I really don't think interest rates are going to be going down anytime soon. What the hell was I going to look up here? I don't remember. So yeah, this is why you gotta be patient, guys. See, that thing was going up 300, looked like it was gonna keep going, and then look at that little poop putt. Could have stopped you out if you played a tight stop, because that's a 7-point retracement, 8-point retracement right there. Anyway, um, so what I'm doing right now is I am recalibrating the way the levels are shown on my chart, just because I like to see them a certain way. But yeah, once the time comes and people commit, we could talk about them. But as you guys see, they work, and the idea is that or at least have an idea of what the market is doing, because you have to give yourself some type of structure to the market. A lot of times people are just out here trying to find some support and resistance. And don't get me wrong, that's what this is. But this is different. This is literally what the market is going to do to some degree. And, you know, again, the more you commit, the more you'll see. But I'm not going to give away my secret sauce. But it's legit, man. It's legit. All right. So, wow. Anyway, so what I'm doing right now, I'm just setting up the levels myself just for tomorrow's session. Because this is gonna be like a sneak peek for you guys that actually, watch my streams. I would like for you guys to actually participate. Because again, it comes with a free ride, even though it does cost after that. But nothing good is free, man. And this shit here is good. So, and I got a website starting and all that, and we'll talk about all that later because it's really related. It's all tied into that because again, I'm going to expand this IP or trade secret as far and wide as I possibly can. So join the crew because you're gonna want to make this this money. It's pretty much what it boils down to. And if you don't. That's fine. But I know people want to. So, and you guys know I'm freaky with the math. So, join the crew. Oh, what the motherfucker? Right, 235. Yeah. So yeah, right now I'm just laying out the levels, and the idea is for you guys to see, at least get a sneak peek for today and how I'm setting them up now. because for all you know, I could be setting them up as prices moving along. And I'm like, all right, this looks like a good guess. Da, 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 da. You know how people be scamming on the fucking internet, doing the dumbest shit. So, anyways, I gotta at least show you guys that I'm doing them right now at 6:18. I could have done it Friday at the end of the day. Um, but the one thing I will say is that the weekends, the Monday volatility levels are a little finicky because you're using levels that are really depressed because they're from a Friday, right? It's not really normal trading activity on a Friday in most cases. So I change it up, and those levels are subject to change. They're the only ones that are subject to change once they are released. But again, that'll be more detailed out later for those that decide to commit. Yeah. And the idea is that you just understand, you know, that these are mathematically real. Like, you do not play yourself when it comes to this. Because why would you do that? You know, that's really the idea. And again, I mean, you guys can see the chart, right? So, I mean, just look at this. Let's get rid of these session breaks. So look, the dashed lines. Oh, I didn't realize. I'm sorry, guys. Let me get rid of myself anyway. The dashed lines are every single session, every day. So this is Wednesday, or I'm sorry, Thursday, because the session starts at 1800 or 6 o'clock, and it ends at 5. So this is what you're seeing here. So some days, of course, price travels further, so the days are longer because I don't use a time-based chart. I use a price-based chart. So the days are going to be different. The point is, I want you guys to understand that when a price touches one of these levels, as we're seeing here, because this is the start. Here's the dash, right? The horizontal dash line. Let me get rid of the um this cursor. I typically like to use that kind of cursor, but it's probably annoying as hell. So let me change it up. Yeah, let's use the arrow. Okay. All right. So this happened to be the signal happened to be just on the open, right? Because you gotta see the dash line here. That's 6 o'clock Eastern Standard. So this was 7:12 when it printed or whatever, when it closed. And then before that was 6 o'clock. Right, you see 806 602. And then after that, the market just took off to the next level. And I mean, look how much it hugged that damn level. And it kept going. Right. And of course, when you join, you'll be explained how to stick with it and not just get out at level one, but try to ride the trend as long as possible. Because that's kind of the whole point. The whole point of this is to give yourself a framework every single day, understanding the big picture, right? So you don't get chopped up, because being in days like this, these are the days right here that'll fuck your account up, because you get greedy, you think it's gonna automatically go to the second level. But man, what the hell are you thinking? You don't see it's under the fucking moving average? Like, right? So it's understanding little logical stuff like that, because it really plays out in the big picture. Right. So that stuff you guys will learn and whatnot. But maybe you understand markets and how they move already. The idea is to understand that these are volatility based levels, because they're volatility levels that are determined by the market themselves. So they're not even really made up by me. They're really, if as long as you choose the right input, you'll get the right output is the point. And this is the right output, right? I mean, Typically, a day like this, there's nothing to do, and the market shows you because it doesn't pick any direction. And again, you want to wait for a setup when you're taking a trade, and there was never a setup really here. It just chopped around. This could have been one, right? Because it looked like it was hitting that support area here, but it lost. And then this one here to the short side, then that's really it. The rest of them are really hit or miss. And I'll explain how you play these areas on days like this because, the market isn't going to move all the way every day. But anyways, let's check out the stories. We'll talk about that later on, how that's going to work and all of that if you guys want to participate. So again, Trump won the joint, won the election. Nothing crazy happened through that point in time, to the point that I guess a lot of us expected, which is good. Now I don't know what's gonna happen as far as what they're gonna be willing to do, but I'd still be on my P's and Q's personally, and I still am. Because evil doesn't care. Evil does just takes a step back and it comes back later. So if these people that claim to be in charge don't do anything, well, we now understand what exactly is going on. And that's important to understand because at the end of the day, you don't want to pretend something that isn't going on is going on, if that makes sense. You want to have your feet on two, on two solid. You want to have your feet on solid ground, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. And pretending that people are what they're not is how we got here in the first place. To the point that, I mean, these commies really thought they could just be commies out in the open and it was gonna be all good. Like, think about that. And that's how bad it was that the entire mother freaking world, I mean, the entire freaking world came out and voted red. And, not really red. They came out and voted for this Trump character, right? That's what they really did. So it's important we recognize what the fuck is going on right now. And what the fuck is going on right now is that society has established that all that homo shit is out the fucking door. All that Drake shit, all that funny style shit, all that being gay and all that shit, it's over. If we're lucky, start dropping these fucking funky ass transgender motherfuckers in psych wards because they don't need to be around public. They need to be fucking locked up somewhere. They're fucking crazy. How you don't know what your fucking sex is, homie? It's real easy. Look down. Ain't no guessing. You see what I'm saying? Unless you different, built different, literally, physically built different. It's that simple. Anything other than that, unfortunately, uh, yeah, you know, you need help, and there's only one type of help. All right, so we are on the what should be the other side of the hump, right? Theoretically speaking, now everything should flow smoothly, economically speaking. Everything should really change for the better, literally everything. And as it looks now, geopolitically speaking, that's exactly what's happened. I don't know if you guys have seen, I'm sure I'll come across a headline here that'll break it down. But within the first 72 hours of Trump being named president, there's basically peace on earth. I mean, everything is over. Everything. Uh Only thing I don't know that's completely over yet is the Gaza shit. But everything else, wrapped up like with a bow on it. With a bow on it. All right. Trump even took Arizona, right, which we all know they've been stealing. Like they like yeah, we all know. Like anybody that's been studying this whole election scenario, whatnot, you know what's going on. You've been there. You know what I mean? You are tapped in with everything that's going on as far as what? As far as um what's it called? The election stealing and all that stuff. Like they were just fully exposed. So it's just one of those things where wow, right? Like how much could they really think that they were gonna get away with? And the world showed them nothing because we're watching you. Like, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like nobody was having it. Nobody was having it. And I mean the entire world. I really did not expect that, but that just proves how fed up the entire world is, you know? Like 2020 put everybody in this space and the world did not end up liking it. Period. And I don't think we're going to be going back to full-time offices anytime soon. But everything else is going to probably improve if the stories and narratives from that camp are true. If, I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. We'll see. And that's all we can do, you know, because at the end of the day, it is all politics, right? Um, let's see. Because at the end of the day, yo, I don't think anybody really expected the quote unquote red wave. Why would they? It really seemed like nobody cared about anything forever. You know what I mean? Like that's what it seemed like. It really seemed like nobody cared about anything. So, you know, that's kind of why everybody just was like defeated to a certain extent. But no, no need to be defeated. All right. No need to be defeated because apparently everybody was on the same damn page. And it's just crazy because, man, I wouldn't have never guessed that, but yeah, I guess so. I guess so. And you can't be mad at that because maybe things really do start changing to a certain extent. Not really. Maybe some kind of things. I don't know. We'll see. Not the type to get hopeful, especially not when we're talking about relying on politicians for any damn thing. Because even though this Trump character professes to be a business person, That's the claim. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't buying that. So, mm, we'll see. We'll see what happens because it sounds good. It's still early days. And yo, I hope my skepticism is wrong and misgiven. I hope so. That would be real nice. But I'm too old and lived through too much to just accept that. So we're not going to do that. And instead, we're just going to go on ahead and be skeptical. Because that's what works best. It's never failed me. It's always prepared me for everything. And it's kept me going. Uh, it's kept me alive. It's done so much. So I'm not going to let it go just yet. So we'll see how it goes, guys. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Should be good. Should be good. Maybe we'll be proven super wrong, you know? Yeah. Um, yeah, we'll see, man. We will see. But I'm life is good. You gotta find ways to make things interesting for yourself. Um, so yeah, you know, as of now, literally everybody expects everything to improve. And the market is a clear sign of that. Clear sign of that. Um, I, I'm a little, just to side note here, thinking about crypto and whatnot. I'm a little dismayed that crypto is now easily like in tax calculators and shit like that. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but let's see if we can find a. Let me see if I can find one here while I talk to you guys. Um, tax calculator. USA. Let's see. I don't think that was even the US though. I think that was somewhere else. Oh, that was the UK. In the UK, they definitely got crypto on their capital gains tax. Um, like it's part of their bucket, of what gets taxed out there. Capital gains, and I'm sure crypto is a part of that here. But what I mean is that that thing was in a financial calculator, like it was in a calculator. You know, like what the fuck? Like that is crazy. That doesn't belong there at all. If it's real crypto, because it's not issued by the federal, no central bank. So how are they taxing it? So I don't know. I mean, I literally am going to several websites. Yeah, here we go. There is one that mentions crypto, but let's see. Yeah, it's just general. They're treating it regular as fuck. That's foul. So what that means is uh And the reason I'm checking is just to make sure nothing's changed. So it's treated like stock market capital gains or whatnot in the US. And what that means is that if you make a gain in under 365 days, then you pay the rate that you pay on your income. If it's greater than 365 days, or if it's 365 days or greater, excuse me, then you pay the capital gains tax rate, which is the lower rate, 20% or whatever the case is. I don't remember. I looked it up, but I don't remember. I don't really care about that. But, the idea is, and the reason I'm saying this is because, when you're out here making money doing these side hustles, you don't want to put yourself in a position to fail, where something that's out of your control. So you want to be aware and abreast of what could cause you trouble. And you got to know when you can not get in trouble and you can ignore something, literally ignore it because it's not relevant to you. That's the kind of stuff that you got to learn as an individual just by reading because they tell you right then and there in their little notes that they send you. Trust me, I do it all the time. I ignore plenty of shit that they send me because I know I can ignore it because it's not relevant to their code. So why you sending me this shit? Get out of here. Anyway, hell, in fact, one time this happened in the state. One time the state sent me a bill. I think it was like $400. I can't remember what it was. Long story short, I got that amount back sent to me. I don't know what happened. I didn't ask questions. Who cares? That's their problem. Let them figure it out. All I know is thanks for the freaking extra money. Appreciate y'all. Whatever. First they billed me for this amount, then I literally got it in a check. I couldn't tell you what, who, when, where, why. So who cares? Anyway, all right. Was the 2024 election too big to rig? And yes it was. Shocking video. Masked man attempts to snatch Jewish child from father in Brooklyn. Now, I know a false flag when I see one, and that there be one. These are the most valuable Lego sets in the world. Let's see. Just because I'm a weirdo and like Legos. Wow. 2013. Crazy. I was not paying attention to none of this shit back then. Oh, this is just a specific type of Lego. Let's see. Let's read a little bit. These are the most valuable Lego sets in the world. Lego has become more than just a children's brand, and this is true. Many of its sets are now seen as valuable collectibles. And it's funny. Before this was actually a factual statement, I had always thought that, and I'm talking at least 20 years or so. Anyway, in 2023 alone, the company generated 10 billion in revenue. That's fucking crazy. Surpassing, and I don't think it's public. Is this shit public? I need to find out. Anyway, surpassing competitors like Mattel and Hasbro. This graphic via visual capitalist Bruno Venditti highlights the most valuable Lego sets today, including both retail and special order sets. The list compiled by Brick Economy as of 2024 shows approximate values, which may vary based on demand. Let's check it out. Crazy, huh? Zoom in a little bit here. Let me know if you guys want me to zoom in a little bit more. Uh, this is just wild. Year release 2013. Yeah, I definitely wasn't paying attention to none of this shit back then. I was fucked up. Iron Man and Captain America 2012. I mean, this is crazy. And we're talking just little Legos. Mr. Gold 2013, only 5,000. were ever produced. This is crazy. Han Solo 2008, T Rex 2018. None of the ones my my kids have. Damn it. They suck. All right. A castle. 1978. 375-2 castle. That's crazy. Oh, Ali Kirk's house. Only 32 copies of this custom model of Lego founder Ali Kirk's Christensen's house were created. 9,000. That's crazy, isn't it? Quite something. Yeah, I think that's enough for that. Learning to speak Trump again. Oh yeah, everybody's been changing their lingo lately, right? Even the what do you call it? Um Hey, what's up, Johnny? To check my local Menards. G.I. Joe Legos for $2. Oh shit. Thank you. I didn't think about that. You're right though. There is a lot of these thrift stores around here. Never know what they're gonna do or what they're gonna have or when. That's the thing. You just gotta really peruse and not be afraid to be patient. It's one thing I've learned in my old age. Man, patience is a fucking yo. Ever since I decided one day to just say fuck it and stop being in a rush all the damn time, wow. Life has significantly improved in ways I really didn't think were possible. So, yeah, man, patience is more than a virtue. That statement is a lie. Trump sweep boosts. Crypto, Bitcoin tops 80K, which everybody already knows. Ethereum bigger than B of A. I mean, yo, so that's not really anything that's out of this world, right? Because we all understand what Ethereum is. It's the same thing that Pulse is. It's an ecosystem, right? So because that's what it is, it's a system where an economy lives. Hint, hint, ecosystem. Uh, what you end up seeing are these gargantuan values, right? Because there's that many more coins floating around because of the different use case, right? Let's read a little bit. The Republican sweep is the best outcome for digital assets, and we all know that's a fact. Bringing regulatory and other changes, with Standard Chartered projecting this to drive total crypto market cap to a USD $10 trillion by year end. That's crazy. 2026. It's up I think it's like, well, I mean, yeah, it's probably closer to three right now. But you know what? Let's pull it up. Oh, 2.7, hitting a high of 2.3 quarters. All right, but the reality is that this is probably going to keep going up. The narrative has been set, and we talked about this years ago. The difference now is that the commies are not in control as far as we know, and what I mean by that are those individuals that are looking to economically deprave you of all your fucking existence. Like that's what we've been seeing for the past, boy, I want to say at least since, man, every president. I keep thinking back. I mean, I went all the way back to Carter. I think JFK may have been the last one, but I don't even think he was in office long enough. When did he? When did JFK? U.S. presidents in order. Let's see. Speaking of Wikipedia, my website is going to be a form of a Wikipedia, only strictly related to financial topics. So we'll talk about that in a second. Actually, since it's relevant right now. Let's presidents of the United States. Let's see what we got here. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Yeah, 61 to 63. And not even a full 2 years. Not even a full 2 years, folks. And then this guy was in there, lock, stock, ready to rock for a whole fucking 6 years, chilling hard. I mean, yeah. And when you learn, you end up realizing this guy was no better, right? Which is sad because he was the one warning people, but turns out he was implicit as well. And that was his way of, I guess, getting his guilt out of the way or getting the guilt out that was within him. But, think about what happened during this dude's reign. Think about it. The Depression, the wars. This guy comes in, swoops in, wars winding down, but new wars pop up. This guy gets out of Dodge just before Vietnam, Korea happened during this time in different facets of history that are not common to the everyday vernacular. But even when Eisenhower was in office, military was out there fucking around, supporting or whatever. So yeah. Anyways, as we know, after Lyndon B. Johnson, everything pretty much went downhill. And it's important to understand that when we look at the economic timeline of America, certain cities and whatnot, I'll probably do a report on that. Because again, my focus, well, is going to be on volatility, and that's kind of all that everything is about, interestingly enough. So when you look back in history, right, you look all the way back to when the central bank was first instituted. This guy was no peach either, right? So just the way everything kind of laid out over time is interesting. During this period of time, Detroit was, Johnny's probably well versed in this topic. Detroit was the cream of the crop as far as the world is concerned at that point in time. Then by the time Lyndon B. Johnson is exiting, there's really no more Detroit as it once was, because all of a sudden things were getting outsourced, getting sent out. And what we've seen into the last, ever since then to now, has just been the precipitous destruction of the United States and really the world, right? Because what ends up happening is that all the gains and goods and services that come over to here that Americans benefit from, like I say, an Apple product, some shit like that, right? Like you don't really benefit from it. There is some quid pro quo that you're not aware of, and that's what's called the manufacturer consent. That's why they call it the spy economy and all these other funky terms that they got for it, because surveillance economy, because you know anytime you got this phone near you, it doesn't even matter if it's off. Like there's just no escaping it anymore because of how they're designed. It could be dead, it's still listening to you. I think it has to be like zero juice to the smallest component within the phone that records, assuming that's even possible, because I don't know, maybe that component doesn't even use power, maybe it's just on all the fucking time because it uses so little power. Like all it needs is a lame charge or something. You never know. Anyway, something to look into. But yeah, let me talk about this website. Volatility wiki. So why did I go with this? Well, after doing this thing here, dealing with markets for 20 plus years, um, I've discovered what the implicit driver of all markets are, and it's volatility. So I plan to make an expose about that very fact, in certain ways, right here on this site. And on top of that, this site is going to be Wikipedia of sorts, a reference tool of sorts for anybody that wants to learn about whatever financial market is out there, really. I have all this information in my head that I could just put into this idea, and I'm just going to go on ahead and do it. I'm going to cover obviously stocks, futures, obviously. Um, I think credit, it'll be a good topic to cover. I'm going to see if it's doable. Not really sure if I can do it, depending on the data I can get access to, because some of that data is high level, meaning it's controlled by the banks themselves. So it depends. And whatever other market I could really get volatility data on. Um, and I'm just gonna really make a good go of it. With I got very cool ideas for the site. I'm gonna be excited to show you guys what the end result is, because it's gonna really be informational. It's gonna really be a tool for you to learn. It's gonna be a tool for you to reference during the day, even. If something's going on, you don't understand, something's out of whack. Let me look some shit up real quick, because I don't understand what's going on in the market. Whatever the case is, maybe you getting a mortgage, whatever. This is going to be a tool for you to use to reference, because there's so much information out there. It's impossible to, and I mean useful information that is impossible to access because it's just not in one place, right? And I don't mean just funny stuff on the internet. I mean stuff that makes you money, saves you money, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what this website is going to be about. It's going to be kind of like a Wolfram and a Wikipedia combined, but for finance and financial topics, but all centered around volatility, because you got to really learn to cover your P's and Q's, right? If you're out here taking financial risk, or you're out here playing markets, right? You got to understand that markets move a certain way during certain periods in time for a reason, right? So let's look at this. For the longest time, the market just went sideways from March 2024 to really the other day to election time. So what, 9 months, 8 months, market just went sideways. The opportunity for directional gain during that period of time was non-existent unless you were trading in this range. Now let's look at Bitcoin, just because it's an actual market, right? And yeah, I guess let's do a box here. Let me get rid of these moving averages. Give ourselves a clean chart to work with. So this is the peak of 2024, March. Market basically went sideways to nowhere for 235 days. And that's a range of 24,000, 23,000 points or so. Yeah, about 24,000 points or so. So if you bought at the wrong time within the 24,000 range and you just made the wrong decision, or you sold because apparently you can get short. I don't know how you're getting short in a fake market, but it's a whole nother conversation. All these things, ranges are the most difficult thing for traders to recognize and understand that they're in. Because once you're in it, you're in too deep. It's one of those things that you just can't see when you're in the forest for the trees. So that's why I eventually learned to focus on volatility. Cause goddamn, people get tired of losing their money. And this is what my educational aspect is. You want to not lose money, you need to understand volatility. That's really what it boils down to. Volatility is the key, hence volatility.wiki. You guys will be able to learn concepts and ideas that you just really they're not out there on the internet for you to peruse and just see. You're not gonna find this shit on crypto, whatever the fuck website exists out there for crypto. They're not talking about this shit. They're not talking about how you're gonna make money. They're talking about how you can hope you're gonna get rich. I mean, if that's what you want to do, there's nothing wrong with that. But I like to actually get money. So join me. Seriously, like what the fuck? Anyway, yeah. So specifically, the Standard Chartered expects the new administration to follow through on Trump campaign's proactively positive stance toward digital assets. But you really got to realize it's a scam, right? The idea is for them to get you used to the idea that you should pay taxes on those assets when you're not supposed to. So you're just getting robbed, actually. Furthermore, any changes are likely to come relatively early in the administration to take advantage of Republican control of Congress before the midterm elections in November 2016. We expect the following specific developments: repeal of the SAB 121 and SEC guidance document on digital assets. That dumbass thing. It doesn't mean anything they put out didn't make any sense. So anything that, oh yeah, Gensler's gone, right? So anything that's on the table coming from him is gonna get the swipe. It's gonna get the swipe. All right, let's talk about this opportunity, guys. As we're already going into an hour. Um, I mean, in general, reading through the headlines, the expectation is that things are going to improve. Oh yeah, the Kamala Harris team is broke apparently. I don't know. Good luck to them. Um, German welfare beneficiary caught smuggling in 15,000 worth of jewelry from Iran. That's crazy. Or 15,000 euro worth of jewelry from Iran. Significantly more than dollars. Approximately 8 to 10% more, depending on the FX rate. Uh, so that's the expectation. The market, like Bitcoin, doesn't look much different. 21,308 right now. And as you guys can see, the thing just kept going. So get in where you fit in. That's the narrative. But the idea is that you try to wait for a price to hit these levels, right? And I guess now that we're here, let's talk about that. What is this opportunity? The opportunity is simply for you to get access to these price levels for at least these 5 assets. And that's just the start. I'm going to expand to as many markets as I possibly can. I don't know how many that's going to be, but it's going to be a lot of them. But these are the first 5 I'm going to start with that are tradable liquid markets. And this one really is 2, because you can use these levels for the 10-year as well, and probably the 5-year, but I haven't really looked at that. But anyways, I don't have the levels on the other charts because I just stopped putting them. But I do have historical examples. And you will see that they just work on every market because shit just works. That's why I'm just like, all right, well, it just works, then let's do something with this. And again, the goal is for you guys to have access to this fountain of information first and foremost, right? Because you don't want to do dumb things when you're exposing yourself to money making opportunities. You want to do the right things. And this is really easy. This is not hard. And sometimes when things are very simple and easy, it becomes super easy to fuck it up. So, all right, this is the E-mini S&P 500. It looks so small here. Let me zoom in. Oh God. All right, let me go back up. All right. And the thing is that the ranges they lose. Let me just go to a fucking 5-minute time chart. I'm such a shithead. Hold on, guys. I don't like time charts, even though I look at them from time to time just to get an idea of what everybody else is in. But it's whatever. All right, so this is okay. The furthest back it goes is September 15th, I guess, for 5 minutes. Let me see how many levels I have on here. So in the futures market, every day you get a settlement price, right? And what that ends up being is the where the market closes. Now, why the hell don't I see any of the other levels? I think because it's so far back. But I thought I got to August 1st. Oh, it's because I switched the time. That's why. Monday line. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if a higher time frame works. Okay. This might cut it. Let me see if we can at least show you a series of days. There we go. All right. This is a pretty good samples right here because it's a pretty wicked series. Oh, this was the same shit that I was showing you guys earlier. Or at least I was looking at it. So look, right now, understanding market profile is going to be pretty important just if you're trying to operate in general and not respect the levels, because you got to really pay attention to how markets are developing. And typically, when markets are starting out like this, this is the beginning of the day of the session, right? Let me get rid of these colors and shit. So the market built up down here, right? And it rotated higher. So when it's consolidating sideways, there's two realities to this trade action. It's either everybody's buying or everybody's selling. And if everybody's buying, but the people that are on the opposite side are wrong and everybody isn't selling, then you get this move. But you got to know how to know that that's what's happening, right? And that's one of those things where you got to know how to use moving averages and stuff like that. Anyways, so now the market traded up, right? But as it traded up, you have profit taking. You just had a 264 to 311, right? So that's 65, 7. Let's go to 70. So that's at least a 45-point move, right? People are going to take profits there. They're going to take profits there, right? Logical. Now, looking a little bit more at the bigger picture, right? You see that trying to take a trade away from this level or even in between is probably a fool's errand because you've had a lot of room to run, right? But guess what? There's something else that these levels do that isn't obvious, but if you know how to look for it, it becomes apparent. And that's that they carry over time. And it's not obvious that that's going to be how it works, but that's how it works. Because the market respects money. And these levels are a function of money. Literally. That's what they are. That's what volatility is, right? It's an expression of people's interest in the market at certain price levels, higher or lower, whatever it is, right? So as I was explaining, you had people building it up, right? Bought it up, but then you had activity here where the profile is even bigger up here than it is down here. Right down here is thin, right? And it just ran up. And up here, if you bought up here, man, you just had to eat a 10-point move. Some people can't do that. And it's not even a lot of money, but some people can't not do that. So, that's why you got to find a way to filter your bias, right? Because this is just a 34 tick chart, meaning every bar is made based on 34 ticks of data. So that means, let me see here, just 'cause I don't want to give you guys the wrong number. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, that's 8.5 handles per candle. So in dollar terms, that's $170. Every one of these candles on this side of the screen, the left side, is $170. So if you're not careful, right, because it's not a time-based chart, this is a price-based chart. So if you're not careful, you can lose 100 points real quick, right? Here's 264 or 265 area, and this down here is 216, right? So that's 50 points right there, 45, right? So that's 45, and it's scaled down by these $170 candles, right? But it's really 45 points times 20. That's $900 if you were paying attention to this negative divergence right here, right? Understanding that the market is going to stop right here, or at least being aware that you should be aware that the market is probably going to stop here, or you should be alert to the reality that the market is probably going to react here, because that's the point of these levels, right? The entire Friday session, I was waiting for the market to show me whether it was besides this one move, right, which is early in the morning. So unless you was wait, you missed that. And then overnight, it didn't really give any real indication of what was good money, because it was in between the previous sessions, and this is something you'll learn, second and third level. So that means you gotta be wary in the next session. But look, we're trading higher, right? But look at what happened. We tagged that third level from that session from before, and we didn't really do anything on this in this session. So if the market isn't moving away from its settlement value, where is it going? It's not going anywhere, right? It's not going anywhere at all. And you got to understand that if you're going to be trying to make money in these markets, because if there's one thing I know to be a fact, because I've experienced it a billion times, and I know this is the most common killer of any new trader's account, is that you have to know what your time frame is. You have to understand what trade you're trying to make. Some people, and what I mean is this, some people will be in here. Oh, did I do? Yeah, I think I got rid of the. Oh, okay. Here's a time-based chart. Some people will be placing a trade for a long, right? Like they'll see, and I'm so dead ass. Like they'll see that this candle is closing up here, right? Like they'll see that. There's one candle over that blue line, right? And let's say they know the levels, right? Let's say they got exposure to these levels, right? Whatever. But let's say they ignore the fact that the long-term moving averages are pointing downward. And the entire session, price was even below the first level of the previous session. And it just now got, and this shit's probably wrong now I think about it. Probably from a contract change. But that's fine. Doesn't matter. Because it works the same way. That's the funny thing. I gotta love my math brain. Anyway, but it gave a good fake out, right? And the idea behind these areas is that you have to let the market show you what it's going to do. You cannot jump the gun just because it's there. Or you set up a order with a significant stop that's related to this area that you see here, which will be explained if you join. But actually, here's what you should do if you do want to join, guys. If you do want to join and you're interested, go to the website volatility.wiki and go hit the join now button and put in your contact info. You don't gotta give me your real name, but just put in your email. Tell me that you're interested. Don't fucking spam me. I'll kick your ass. And read through what's going on here. It's not much. It's not complicated. It's very simple. And again, the idea is to make it like a very cool, sleek, pretty gangster looking repository of information for financial knowledge. And I have a pretty cool idea of what it should look like so it at least does not look lame and corny like all these other financial websites. I mean, they do not inspire. I don't know, when I look at the new people and I just look at the content that's out there, and I just thank God that I learned in the era when you didn't need to be on YouTube. Like, yo, I was schlepping books, man. I was schlepping books. And it just made me so much better. It's really made me better for it. Because I understand what I need to understand. So, anyways, you come to this site, definitely read through it, understand what I'm trying to do here. I'm going to try to release a landing page within the next 24 hours so that you guys at least have some clear set of instructions or expectations or whatever, some idea of what this is, what to do, what the expectations are, what you can expect from me, what my promise to you is, and whatnot. Because again, this is not going to be free. This is going to be $500 a month to start. So the earlier you get in, the cheaper it's going to be because the more work I put into this, the more expensive it's going to be. And eventually I'm going to cover a lot of the markets, if not all of them. All the markets that I can cover, I'm going to cover. So get your financial house in order. If you don't have a futures account, open one, and be ready to trade mini. What are they? Micro lots, because it's the same thing. You don't even need to have a lot of money. You just need to have patience, understand that there's risk involved here, and that is not a situation where if you're not following the rules, right, you're gonna eat crow, right? This is why I didn't want to take a trade up here because we were so far away from the settlement level because the settlement level is important. It's important just as important as this next level is all the way up here, 21,430. Right? It's just as important because that's what the math states and that's what the money states. So if the money and the math is saying 21,430 and 21,23, and I'll educate why the settlement is important as well. All of this is going to come included with the educational aspect of if you join, because there's going to be some, again, I got to protect my IP here. So you're gonna definitely be signing something, goddamn it. Because the education here is crucial. You need to understand what you're doing. You need to understand why you really don't want to participate away from these zones. You really want to wait for price to be around these zones because it's really the safest area to execute. Now, if you're witty enough to understand, all right, price is moving to that area and it didn't reach the next level, then it's 1 + 1 is 2, right? Pretty straightforward. And that's the beautiful thing behind what I have going on here. If you're, not asleep at the wheel, it's going to be an outstanding experience. So do yourself the favor if you're interested in making money. Again, it's going to be a 2-week free trial initially, because the idea is that you don't give me any money until you actually make money, because that would be fucking retarded. You got to see, number one, learn how this works. Number two, see that it works and that it's not a joke and that this shit is real. And D, be happy to give me the $500, and then be willing and happy to give me even more because I'm making you so much damn money, right? Because the reality is, I mean, let's look at this E-mini chart, right? On a bad day, and let me try to zoom in here. Because again, if you respect the levels and you understand that volatility is the key, and you wait for a good setup, then I didn't change the text. Hold on, let me see what we got going on here. Shit's a mess. All right, that's two. 5601. All right. So the market gave you a setup right here, 5578, all the way to 5601. That's 20 points clean in the S&P 500 E-mini futures contract. That's $50 per point. 50 times 22 is a lot of money, right? So it's definitely more than the $500 that you're going to be paying a month in one trade in the E-mini, which is not even the good market to trade. That's the weak one, relatively speaking. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is a little funky with it, but if you're into gold, it's definitely something you can still trade. You just got to understand that gold is a little slower. It doesn't move fast, so I don't really mess with it that much. But that's just me. The levels still work just the same. There we go. And again, the idea is to frame every day of the market so that you're not overexposing yourself, overcommitting yourself at points in time when you're not supposed to. Because how do you know what you don't know if you're not giving yourself a framework? Right. So that's the idea. It's just very simple, very straightforward. But if you're not in the crew, right, you're not going to get access to this because this is a date, this is updated daily. And there's some other strategies that are going to end up working out well with this that are longer term. But that's coming later on. I don't have that ready set up yet. But this is every day ready to go. And as you guys can see, we're talking about gold. So 2546 to what is this? 2560. That's a clean 14 points. So that's $1,400. One trade. And I'm telling you, $500 a month to start. So again, if you're interested, just go to volatility.wiki. Join now. Don't gotta put your real name, but just let me know so that way when I do have the landing page and stuff ready, I get that sent direct to you. You don't gotta wait for me to put out some shit on social media and you hopefully go find it. Because you guys can see, this shit is legit. This is gold. I don't. How often do I talk about gold in an intimate, on a consistent basis? Rarely. But here's the proof positive. It works in gold. And you're gonna get I'm gonna create reports and all this stuff. It's gonna be worth the $500. I mean, it's basically gonna be fucking free. It's gonna be crazy. Because the idea is that you understand what the market is doing, right? You see it's going sideways, but how is it going sideways, right? Like it's obviously in this little mini BS channel is not doing this, right? And then it runs into like a schism, a while. Then of course at the open, this is common, right? Look over here, 820, go pop, puke. Over here is gonna be the same thing, and this is stuff. I'm gonna educate you on this stuff because you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know. So you got to kind of know certain markets have certain knickknacks. Stay away from certain things, certain times, stuff like that. But if you respect the levels, you make the money and easy money because you're not really killing yourself looking for anything. The opportunities are presented in front of you already. Like you just got to be patient and wait for them to set themselves up, which is difficult for some people. Same thing. This is crude oil. Same scenario, man. This one I had a hard time tracking because I was just this changes every month. So the levels are gonna look funky on the chart over time, but it's the same concept, same idea. Let me see if I could just find a better set of lines. Yeah, I guess I don't got a good set. I mean, this is pretty good here. Pretty good example. See, no, this is not a good example. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, you guys get the point. I'm not gonna keep wasting your time with this. But you guys get the idea. Bonds, same difference. Same levels, and you know about bonds, then you know. Um, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, look at this thing, man. Mm, 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 mm. Look at that. Bonds are the type of market where you want to set the orders and wait for the market to get there because it's so liquid. You don't really want to be the type of person that's stuck trying to pay the market because it will find a way to screw you. But as you guys can see, works in bonds just as fine as it does in the Nasdaq, just as fine as it does in the E-mini, just as fine as it does everywhere else. So yeah, I'm gonna create a little landing page explaining everything. There's gonna be a live chat. I'm gonna create an AI bot, trading assistant that you could talk to. That way you don't even gotta bother me. All this type of gangster shit, man. I'm really gonna hook y'all up, and y'all gonna be some happy motherfucking campers, cause y'all gonna be making some damn money, and that's what it's about, And you can do whatever the hell you want with that money, cause that's the point. Point is about making these racks, So again, go to volatility.wiki and join now. Just hit that button, and you'll be put right by the contact us box. You just put your info in there, and I'll hit you up when it's ready. And hopefully, the landing page, I'll get it done here. Not not too late. I can have it done within the next 24 hours, if not a few minutes, because I'm planning to work on that ASAP, so people can get started on what they need to do if they're not ready for it already. Everybody doesn't have an account to trade off of. So again, go to volatility.wiki. If you have suggestions, I'm gonna start with the FANG stocks. I'm gonna start tracking those, or the MAGA, or whatever the fuck they're called. I don't know, those Magnificent Seven ones. I'm gonna start tracking those. Those are pretty expensive though. I'm gonna find a good batch of stocks to start with that they're not like super ridiculous. Oh no, wait. Well, yeah. I'll figure it out, and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. The Hex has been. Let's look at Hex because everybody was sleeping on Hex. That's why I just, yeah, nothing new. I'm pretty sure this Trump, right? And then when Gensler getting dumped, that's even more fuel to the fire. So you already know. Question is, how high are we gonna go? And that's what we really don't know. But we'll see. Let's see what's going on with Pulse Chain. Oh wait, what's the website? Deck screener. You know, and maybe I'll make a better website for this shit. I don't know. Fuck, whatever. It's not even worth it. Too much shit coins. Look at this crap. What? Come on, man. Really? You motherfuckers got no self-respect. This humans think we can't have nothing nice. That shit went up 2 coins in the past 2 seconds. Nah, this no, I'm not looking at the right thing. Yeah, I'm looking at Solana. Holy fuck. You kidding me? Yo, that's fucking crazy. I've been talking shit about Pulse Chain. Solana's infinitely fucking worse. Oh my god. I'm never gonna complain again. My god. Holy shit. See, we only got 22,000. Solana got whatever that number was, 6 figures, yo. What the fuck is going on over there? I don't know, but yeah. All right, let's see if I can find a pulse chain. Just want to look at the damn pulse chain chart. What the fuck is all this shit, man? Here's a PLX chart, PLSX. Let's start here, and then we'll wrap it up. These websites really suck, man. Let me ask you guys a question. Is there no good website that shows PLS and all the coins good? Is that like not a thing? I don't really look at this shit, so I don't know. Cause my God, just so I don't have to deal with this, I'm willing to build one. What the fuck? All you gotta do is like use the. It's easy. It's not hard. But man, PLSX is looking slick. Woo woo. It's looking really good, actually. That's a weekly chart too. Damn. Yeah, y'all might want to get in where y'all fit in on this one. Cause this is about to get. It might get. Yeah, it's looking pretty thick. So y'all might want to, position yourselves accordingly. Damn, all right, good to know there's nothing. Maybe I'll make something. Maybe there's an opportunity here. What the fuck? Because this is not working out for me. I don't like this at all. Yeah, even Hex got that look. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, all the irons in the fire looking good, So, let's see if I can find Pulse Chain. Wait, I can't. Oh, just remember, guys, no expectations from the work of others. Because I'm on a million other projects that are way ahead of a crypto chart, but I'll see about it. Sticking it in there at some point. Because this is super fucking annoying. Do I gotta type in like PLS USD? Like, what's the business here? Ah, okay. This should be it. Yo, what the fuck? Glad I looked, I guess. All right. um, this is PLS or what the fuck is this? I can't even tell. This is just piss poor labeled. 1 year, 5 months ago. No. Nope. This is USDC, the fake one. Nice. Very nice. All right. Good luck. So those that are holding that. But I'm just looking for a damn pulse chain chart. Why is that shit so hard to find? Let's see. Or maybe you gotta look for wrapped PLS. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that was the fucking answer. Ugh. All right, let's see. Oof, that's a fucking nice looking chart. Shit. Yeah, you might wanna get in where you fit in, folks. Cause it looks like they are getting ready to rock and roll. That's what it looks like. And of course, all that educational content will be available on Market Wiki, or excuse me, volatility.wiki. I'm probably gonna buy some other domains for that. That shit just it's difficult for me to say. Inc. 2.25. VolatilityWiki.com. Yeah. 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 All these things look like they're getting ready to run, man. So yeah, well, and the funny thing is that volatility is the biggest component that helps you understand why this is about to go. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's gonna be great. You guys are gonna love it. All right. Again, volatility.wiki and hit join now. And I'll be at y'all as soon as possible. Because I'm building real shit over here now. Not just clicking deploy on websites to make fucking fake coins. So let's get this money. Peace.